Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Mass Distraction.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Mass Distraction, episode 2, numero uno plus 1. I'm with Dana and Chris tonight. How you guys doing?
What's up, y'all?
What up?
So how was your guys' Thanksgiving? What'd you guys do?
Oh, man, I was with my in-law. I say in-law because they're separated, and her foster kids. And it was excellent, actually. I had some very, very nervous thoughts about that, but it turned out to be a great day. However, they did bring up a bunch of them were going to the High for reggae night, and I was disappointed that I felt a little awkward about making that.
You missed reggae night?
I missed reggae night on Thanksgiving, so that's all right.
Funny.
That's the way it works sometimes.
Rastafarian turkey?
Yeah, my Thanksgiving, it was kind of normal, whatever. Family type of stuff. But I went over to one of Hillary's aunts, excuse me, and they weren't going to have mashed potatoes.
What?
They were just going to have dumplings and sauerkraut. And I was like, what? This is America. What
Yeah.
They're Polish.
But they're not real. They, nobody's that Polish. Like, they're like, fuck mashed potatoes. You gotta have mashed potatoes and gravy, man.
It's a staple for Thanksgiving.
That's like
mashed potatoes.
one of the top 3 things. It's like, oh, we're not gonna have turkey, ham maybe, but still, what?
Right. It's the foundation of the meal. You take that corner away, the whole building falls. Like, you need mashed potatoes and gravy.
What are your guys' top, like, four? Okay, let's say 4. Besides turkey, the next 4 things that have to be on your plate on
mashed potatoes and gravy.
Okay.
Mashed potatoes and gravy. 2 times.
2 of them?
2 of them.
Would be obviously mashed potatoes and gravy, stuffing, corn casserole, and
green beans.
I'd go with green beans. It's a toss up between green beans and like.
Well, does mashed potatoes and gravy count as 2 separate things, or are we considering that as a just because that's united, or no?
No, I would consider that one item. They go together.
Okay, so the mashed potatoes and gravy would be 1. I just recently, I know for me being a foodie, I just recently started liking stuffing, so I'll throw that into my. But
stuffing's delicious.
But it depends on who makes it and how it is made.
I like it to be crispier personally,
and that's me as well. I found
too.
that I like. And no offense to the place I was at, but the stuffing was a little bit more of a mashed potato flavor. And it was good, but it wasn't.
Was it homemade, like from scratch type of stuff, or
no,
was it boxed?
It was that I don't know because it was inside the turkey already, and usually that comes out really big and moist. But I think there was so much juice that they never drained the juice out of the turkey, and so it made it more.
So they made it inside the turkey. I didn't think anybody did that anymore.
Oh yeah, dude, that's how
it was.
No, I know. Does it come with it?
Not that it was bad.
It comes with it. You got to take all that shit out, and then you got to put it back in there.
Put it back in there, right?
And I'm not that it was bad. I will agree with you. I'm the more of the crispy outside. I like that. Yeah.
See, my fourth spot's still it's a throw up though, because it's either green beans, sweet potato, or like yams or whatever. Or like a mac and cheese.
Yeah, see, I just can't get into the sweet potatoes.
You were filet, sir.
Hillary's made sweet potatoes. I'm sure that they were great. Everybody wanted some, but I don't know.
I like sweet potato fries, but I can't just sit down and eat
I like to grill my sweet potatoes. This is kind of getting kind of boring though, to be honest with you. I'm sick of talking about Thanksgiving foods.
True story.
Good job.
It was interesting for a second.
It was.
Hey, you asked the question, motherfucker.
I did. I was just. That's why I can stop it too.
You're talking to 2 dudes who, or I guess we all like to cook a lot, so food is really interesting to us.
No, we can talk about food plenty of times. I'm just saying.
I don't want to. You ruined it for me. Yeah, I'm never cooking
Next
again.
subject. All right, so I'm going to bring up mine, and then you guys can jump in. Worst superpower you could ever possibly have.
Worst
superpower. And I'm going to go back, and Drew and I've had this conversation once or twice, but your superpower is when somebody farts, you can see it. You have nothing else in life, but if somebody farts in the room, that's your superpower. You can see that. It's like purple gas, like kind of like the old school when you go, like you're in the pool and somebody pees in the pool, it turns purple. But instead, if somebody farts, you can seriously call it. That's the worst superpower I think you could have.
Interesting.
It would be pretty bad. It'd be pretty fucking funny though. I would laugh all the time, dude. You would just see the room filled with cloud, like. It would be a purple cloud everywhere you went.
Ladies, I'm sorry right now, but we're going to call the shit out on you left and right.
Can you see queefs too?
Ooh, that's a good one right there. Queef.
Queef.
Have you guys gone into Queefs, the 3 grandmas on the internet smoking weed?
Yeah,
And
that's hilarious.
she's
yeah.
like, "What's a queef?"
Yeah, yeah, and then they show the definition,
That is
and
pretty
they're
funny.
like, "That's nasty."
Ew, that's nasty.
So, what would be your worst power, Chris? I know that's a hard one. I don't know either.
As he just queefs.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Flying, but the way you fly, you have to fart. Like that's your propellant.
Are these all fart based?
I don't know. I just went with it because it was in my mind.
All right, change the subject
Yeah.
again. Because clearly,
That was terrible. You didn't give us enough time to
should've
prepare for
planned
that one.
that. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you got to give us time to think.
I keep thinking of things that I do want. It's hard to think of something that would suck.
Well, everybody knows what they want. That's the reason. That's the best.
Wow.
Well, while we're on the superhero kick, what about the new Star Wars? The new trailer came out on Thanksgiving,
Again,
and it looks epic.
I fell victim to the stupid internet where they put out a fake thing. I sent it to Drew, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, have you seen this? It looks amazing." And it wasn't even real.
Yeah, it was from the video game.
Yeah.
It had nothing. Like I was watching it. Like, it did trick me. I had to watch it twice because it tricked me the first time. I was like, "Oh, this looks sweet," because they had Mark Hamill in it as like a Jedi, like an old
Like
Jedi,
an old
and I was
Jedi,
like, "Oh,
right.
cool. That's sweet." And then everything else was like, "This looks really pixely and gamey."
The sad part is I like that version better than the actual trailer that is out.
Well,
right
yeah,
now.
that dude made it epic. Like it was an epic fight.
It was pretty sweet.
But the new one's pretty sweet. And the weird thing is there was a black stormtrooper. Did anybody notice that?
I noticed that.
That was the first scene.
Yeah, it was the first scene.
My
like
problem
where-
with it though is he wasn't a very good actor for only being in that scene for like 30 seconds in the trailer. I was like, oh my gosh, this is kind of disappointing already.
Yeah, I think I need to read these books because obviously I have not, and I've only really focused on the first 6.
How'd
Because that's
they
what the
make these
mainstream is.
movies into books already? When the movies
No,
haven't
the
even
books
came
have
the
been
books
out.
have been
No,
out
the books
for-
have been out forever.
Yeah,
I'm just fucking around. Jesus.
You're a dick.
Gosh, we're going back
You're
to you
dead.
not watching movies.
I can kind of see where you're coming from, and I actually don't know shit about what you're talking about, but I can kind of think I get where you're coming from. It kind of makes sense. But yes, I agree we should change the subject because
Well,
How about, okay, I'm going to talk about an article, and again, I'm only talking headlines, but so women, ears up, perk up, ready for this one? Supposedly now when you go on vacation, you can either purchase yourself some boobs or you can rent some boobs.
okay, so I actually heard about this.
All right, go
Since
for
you're
it.
reading headlines.
Yeah, it's headlines from Playboy.com, actually. Go ahead, go on vacation, and you can rent yourself some boobage.
Okay, I heard it on Rogan. So they were talking, or no, I heard it on Kroll actually. So they're what you can do is you can get boobs like injected into you, and they only last for like 3 weeks. So for women who want to go, like they're going on vacation and want to fill out their swimsuit, or they're going to try to pick up a man in Vegas and do whatever, they can inject whatever it is. I don't know, probably the same stuff that you do Botox or something with. I don't know exactly what the chemical or injection is. But you can literally get breast implants and then go on your vacation for, the next week, and they last for 3 weeks. So you can go from B's to D's for 3 weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
And this is FDA approved?
They're doing this. They're doing it.
Well, yeah, but
I don't know if it's, I don't know. I mean, I would imagine that if you,
I think you can do it for asses, like butt too. I'm scrolling through a Facebook page. It's all talking all about it, and there's some booties that look like they've been enhanced.
I would imagine you
for a
probably
couple
do it
that's
for-
how
weeks.
the Kim
So,
Kardashian videos got done, was this little injection that makes you look super big for a while?
You could be right.
I don't know, that bitch got
Is it like-
ass, though.
That's
Does
a
that-
large ass. I'm just
She's
saying,
got
you know
ass,
what?
though.
I'm
Right.
I'm all
Dead
about a
ass,
good
too.
butt,
Dead
but
ass.
that's
She
that's
broke
some-
the internet.
right.
Not really.
Not really. Mine was, I mean, it slowed it
She
down.
broke
a
it
bit.
for 3 weeks because it ran out.
I know. My LTE went to like 3G. So I was still all right.
So Drew, you got your new phone. How you liking it?
I love it, man. New iPhone 6, not the Plus, 4.7, 64 gig. I had a huge debate for a while. I was having some issues on if I wanted to stick with Apple still and get an iPhone or not, or if I was going to go to a Samsung phone. And I went and I messed around with all of them, and I, did all the stuff. I have an Android tablet, so I kind of already know what, like the features and all that stuff on it. I don't know, man. The iPhone is just, it may not have like all the cool gadgets and stuff that the Androids have, But with the 64-bit processing and all that stuff, like it's just a better quality phone. It feels better. I really like it.
Okay, so your wife
dope.
does not though. She ended up getting the.
She went from the 4S to a Note 4, which is the new gigantic tablet phone.
And
phablet.
seeing her have that, do you wish you would have gone that route or no?
No, I mean it's pretty cool though. Don't get me wrong. It got voted like Samsung's best, or actually I think it got voted best Android phone. I mean it's a cool ass phone, dude. The screen's amazing. The pictures are amazing.
But
I just don't like the Android setup. I like having just a screen with my apps on it. I don't want to have like an outdoor like home screen and then you also can go in and then scroll through all your apps.
Right.
Why don't you just have like
instant access?
Right. Why isn't it just on a thing? Like I don't need a home screen with my favorites and then scroll over for my movies and then scroll over for my games. I just have the shit that I use on the front page of my iPhone, and I have folders of everything that's like coinciding, but I don't even have them on different pages. It's all on one page. If I need to get to something, I just open a folder.
I'm all about the folders too. I do the iPhone too. Hillary has the has a Galaxy S4 or 5, whatever the newest one is, 5, right?
Yeah.
And she likes it. She wouldn't want to go to Apple, and I like it. I'm not a snob necessarily. I would maybe go Android, but
I really considered it for a long time.
I got Apple everything else almost, so it just makes sense.
It does make sense.
Ladies, I'm going to go back real quick because I know there's a bunch of you like, ooh, where do I get those boobs?
I've been thinking about it the whole time.
Yeah, seriously.
Google. Here you go. Gentlemen,
here's
here's the photo. Go ahead, take a moment, look.
That is not that's not post surgery.
No, of course not. But the title, all you have to Google is "Vacation breasts will be the next big thing for ladies who want temporary bigger boobs."
That's all you have to Google.
That's all you have to Google right there.
Maybe you should say it slower. I forgot.
Vacation breasts. That's all you need to know.
Spaces
will be the next big thing for ladies who want temporary bigger boobs.
That's if you want to get the specific article.
So, gentlemen, if you want to see different sizes for your wife to make it the proper proportion, I'm sure after every 3 weeks you could go out and get different sizes.
All right, so I want something that affects me. Not that my wife's getting
I was
boobies
just
or
gonna
whatever, but
say.
I want vacation dick. How do I get a vacation dick? So I can just have a bulge in my swim trunks.
Right, but then at that point you're wearing a Speedo and there's nobody in life that
Can you get like vacation muscles? Like so you can
That's
like
a lie.
you can make it look like your arms and your chest and shit are like all
now
ripped.
you're talking vacation muscles.
Vacation
that
muscles.
would be sweet because I definitely need vacation muscles.
Yeah, that would be sweet.
Yeah.
Instead of just getting the real ones, we all just need to.
Well, yeah, that requires me to do work. We already know that.
I'd rather just be injected by needles than.
Speaking of work, I start my new job tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Coors Miller, I'm gonna come and rock that shit for you.
Yeah. So tell us exactly what you're gonna do.
I have no idea what I'm gonna be doing. Actually, I know that I am going into Haha, yes. I know I'm going to be doing sales, so my job is walking into bars, restaurants, any place, not grocery stores type things that serve Coors Miller and try to get them to think we're better than Budweiser. So
Sweet.
That's my job.
Well, that's mission accomplished already because,
Right?
in my opinion, Coors is way better than Budweiser.
Are there any kind of like more craft brew type of things that they're gonna?
Actually, we cover Lucky Bucket and then Lucky Bucket and Boulevard obviously. But speaking of Lucky Bucket, and we haven't spoken since then. But last week I was up at Lucky Bucket and they have a new beer that's coming out. It's a brown ale. It is freaking awesome. I love it.
What's it called?
It's going to be a year-round Lucky Bucket. Year-round Lucky Bucket beer. I'm looking up for the exact name right now. But if you
brown ale,
if you are not a fan, and sorry, Lucky Bucket, I know a lot of people don't love the amber, but I love their wheat and their Certified Evil is the greatest.
I don't know. Okay.
Certified Evil is a great beer for one or two. Obviously, it's not something you could drink all night long.
Yeah.
This brown ale that they have is something that you could sit there all night long and drink, and it's that good. It doesn't have that horrible aftertaste to it.
It's not heavy.
It's a great brown.
Compare
ale.
It
It is called Jug Thumper.
Jug Thumper.
It's pretty awesome.
Speaking of vacation titties,
right? Hey, Jug Thumper.
Jug Thumper sponsored
It's a
by
malt-
Rena Titty.
I need a vacation Jug Thumper.
I am just saying it is really really good. So when this hits the market, I think it's going to be like this week sometime. Oh.
Dilla man.
Got a dog that just walked in the room. Dilla clearly likes Jug Thumpers, so
What about all right? So compare it to something. Is it like a Newcastle level, like something brown ale
It's
like that?
better because Newcastle has that weird not afterbite, but that little bit of just it takes away. It's a very smooth, amazing brown ale, and I know there's a lot of beer companies right now that are trying to make that ale or that they don't want the light beer, but they don't want something that's too heavy. And Lucky Bucket,
They want to find the transition beer to get the new crowd into craft.
and that's what it is. And Lucky Bucket has nailed it on this one. And you know what? You're not our sponsor yet, Lucky Bucket. I hope you're listening because you've done it. You've knocked it out of the ballpark. I thought your wheat was excellent, but this Jug Thumper and the name, you gotta love it, is amazing.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This podcast should be brought to you by Lucky Bucket.
And Rent-A-Boobs.
By
Vacation titties.
by episode 5, thank you very much, Lucky Bucket. We appreciate you.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Because then we won't be drinking beers that foam over when you open up the top.
Yeah. Whoever makes this beer locally.
Because it comes from a stores that is foaming over. Hint, hint.
Wow. Yeah, that wasn't obvious at all.
What? Where's the hint?
Yeah, I didn't hear. I didn't. Was that subtle?
I'm not drinking it. I've got vodka.
All right, so
Miller vodka?
we haven't done a cast since like all the stuff. I mean, it's gonna be like a super downer here. I'm bringing it down. So, how's everyone feel about the Ferguson situation?
You know, there's been a couple, and I hate to use Facebook, but there's been a couple of the cast or pods from people out there who are calling it as it is. You know, I don't know what to say without
starting a fire.
exactly, and it's just like, you know what?
Well, there's just
you
too many.
you want to prove your cause, but you're doing that by burning stuff down. It's contradicting itself,
right, so
and that's where I'm at.
Take the whole. I mean, not the whole shooting. Don't take that away because that's obviously the main issue here. Well, not even the main issue. There's underlining things that are
there's
going on.
so much that just goes on with this. that-
It's the face of this officer and Michael Brown, Darren Wilson and Michael Brown. That's the face of the situation. Then you break it down, and it's actually about police brutality all over the United States, which is a terrible thing.
Yeah.
But particularly in this situation, if it is considered, I mean, why would they lie about something in the sense
I just think everything's
of
so
the autopsy not showing that it? I mean, there was blood in the vehicle. He got shot. Blew his finger off, which showed that there was blood in the vehicle. Yada yada yada. The autopsy came to say that it was a lawful kill. Whatever. That's this situation. There's no reason for you to burn your community, take away jobs from the people who work. You're taking away from your neighbor.
And the businesses are saying they're not coming back. It's like you have taken a horrible situation. And again, I don't think I think the situation is so muddied we will never truly know what happened there. And the media has ruined it so much that you're going to be on one side of the fence or the other. And I'm the guy that's walking in the middle because I don't know what really happened. Obviously, I'm not there. But do I think burning down businesses and rioting is the way to answer? No, I don't. And for the family, you have lost a family member. I could not imagine that. But
well, not only have you lost somebody, but the chaos that is happening around you.
It makes you relive it.
You're reliving this situation constantly.
You know, and it brings up a thing. I saw this thing. I was reading an actual article where people were marketing off of this. They had sold T-shirts saying, this person
Hands up, Michael Brown.
Exactly.
Hands up, don't shoot.
Yeah.
And the family came in and beat all these people up and stole this stuff, and now they're being prosecuted for theft. And it's like, I just think it's getting so out of hand now that I don't know how. And now you've got the lieutenant governor who's coming out blaming the family, and there's so many fingers being pointed. I don't know how this is going to get under control anytime soon, and I feel really bad for the people who live in that community.
Well, yeah, because I mean, obviously, they had nothing to do with this situation. The T-shirt store and the grocery store and the liquor store weren't there, didn't pull the trigger, and you're stealing from them.
Right.
It just doesn't make sense. You're taking from your neighbor, and
you want people not to think that you're terrible people, but yet
all you're doing is proving you're just completely taken away from your cause. Like, everyone wants to be like, yeah, police brutality is something big, and we need to do something about it.
So let's
not burn our community down because now you just take away all of our power because you look like fucking idiots.
What do you think? So do you think that if something to become out of all of this, do you think that like cops wearing cameras
I think
like
it'll
on
be
their
a
chest or something like that, like a GoPro type of situation? Do you think that that'd be like a step forward?
I think it'll be a mandatory thing within the next probably 5 years. Every single cop will have a
GoPro or whatever.
Not even just a little like pin camera on their tie or whatever.
I could see that.
And it'll record literally every situation. It may not record while they're driving in the car, dicking around or whatever, but if the lights, they should figure out a way that like if the lights come on and you pull someone over, that the camera automatically comes on and you can't turn it off.
I was going to say that's what you have to have it where you cannot turn that off though.
Yeah, you can't turn it off. Nothing, you know what I mean? Like if a situation happens, this camera comes on, you cannot turn it off.
And it's not run by the police department.
Yeah,
That's
it's a third party.
It's got to be a third party organization that is not done. And you know what? At that point, I think that is an excellent idea.
Well, then it just shows. Like it shows everything. Like there's no I did this to protect me. I did this for whatever. You see it. You can either see Darren Wilson pulling up to this kid doing wrong and being a bad cop and killing an innocent person, or you see Michael Brown attacking this officer, pushing him in a vehicle, and then exactly what came out of the autopsy.
You know, take it away from that whole situation. There was a thing not too long ago where a gentleman was riding on his motorcycle. What do they call the crotch rockets? Oh. Moped. He was riding his crotch rocket, and a group of them shot by him, and there was like 20 or 30 of them that goes by him. He's doing the speed limit. He's doing his normal thing. He's got his camera helmet on, and a police officer comes up, and because he's still there, the cop pulls him over and demands his helmet because he wants to get all the footage from all the things that were done wrong. And this guy's like, I'm not even with that group. But the police officer slams him down, takes the helmet, and arrests him for something he didn't even have anything to do with. And again, I think you put the responsibility back on the police. You know what? There are good white officers. There's good black officers. It has nothing to do with race at that point. If you are a person that has been hired to protect the citizens, you should be gray. There's no such thing as white and black anymore, and that's the part that I think gets missed out on a lot of this.
Well, so they turn these cameras on like you're getting pulled over for a speeding ticket. So now you're on camera getting pulled over on a speeding ticket.
Nonstop.
And everything, like, you know, what if you're just not good with cops and, like, you know...
Hey, you know what? I got
like
I got pulled over.
Well, there has to be
I got pulled over this week.
Anxiety.
I got pulled over this week because my front license plate, I have a Nebraska license. And when I say Nebraska, it says Nebraska on my front plate. Because when we lived in Florida...
It's not a customized plate you bought from the DMV.
No.
I was wondering if you ever got pulled over for that.
No, I had never actually. I've been back in Nebraska for a while now. And in Miami or in Fort Lauderdale where we lived, that's not a requirement. Florida does. You only need the back plate. And I did not actually think that it was a true state law in Nebraska where you had to have both front and back plates. But I got pulled over for that this week. And the officer came up to me, and he could have been a total douchebag about the entire situation. Now, the fact that both of my daughters were in the back singing Let It Go, I think it cut some of the ice there. But
no pun intended.
Good job.
Thanks.
So, yeah, I just think that if you had a camera in your face and the police officer knew that everything was being video recorded by a third party, you don't have that luxury any longer of, well, this is the way it went down, because everybody knows this is the way it went down.
Right. I agree. I think there should be, even if and there also obviously has to be respect, like you were saying. What do you mean by, like, they're not good with cops? So, like, they just get nervous around cops, so maybe they get suspicious or something?
I know people that have gotten...
Oh, you get that instant jittery in the legs feeling. And...
Yeah, I mean, you're nervous. This person has authority and
there
a
was
gun.
A friend of mine got pulled over, and so they didn't have any kind of illegal substances on them that they were aware of. But let's say that they had a cigar in the car earlier, we'll say. Well, anywho, they were driving around, blah, 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 got pulled over. They were asking questions because it was a new car, had transits on or whatever. They were asking questions about bill of sale, all that kind of good stuff. Well, my friend's buddy was in the passenger seat and was like acting all nervous because he was all paranoid or something from the cigar that they had earlier. And because of him being all paranoid, it made the cops feel all like, well, why are you so nervous? What do you have to worry about? And so next thing they're searching their car, and they go through their car and they find like a empty, like a Frisbee that had like stems and seeds from the cigar.
The stems and the seed.
The
I
stems
didn't
and the
realize cigars had stems and seeds in it, but all right, that's a good thing to know.
and then
one of
and
those
then
newer-
they got in the driver, my
Most people
buddy.
in Colorado.
He got in, no, this was a while ago, but he got in trouble.
Colorado Swisher.
He got in trouble for
Yeah.
for that,
You know-
for paraphernalia or whatever it is. Even though it wasn't much of anything, but
Dillaman.
it would have been like, if he was cool and he just sat there the whole time, it would have been fine. Now,
Well, then maybe he probably shouldn't have been nervous.
Let me do this.
that's what I'm saying. So like, you could be that guy and you didn't do anything wrong, but then just because you maybe answered a question wrong, then you're getting your shit. Like my cousin got pulled over the other day, and they went through his car and like broke different kinds of things because they were searching through his car for like cigars. I'm just joking.
Right.
Okay,
Well,
let's open this up to the phone lines. You know what? This is, I think, a good topic. Now,
We'll revisit.
we will revisit this. Telephone number 402 672 4580. 402
It has-
672 4580. We want smart conversation here. Don't come out here and just start blasting one way or the other, because if you're an idiot who's going to go out there, not only will we get your telephone number, but we will play you on air and you're going to sound like an idiot. We would like regular conversation pieces. If you want to sound like an idiot, that's good.
We don't want anything specific.
Right,
though.
we
Like,
will-
There's voicemail on this, right?
There. Oh, you have no idea. So, if you want to be a moron and you want to blast a race one way or the other, that's fine. Well, we're going to play that, and you're going to look even stupider. But
More
I do
stupid.
think this is a situation right now in our country that it's going to make and break a lot of different things. So, there's the telephone number. Use that telephone number. Give us a call. Tell us how you feel. But don't just say people are stupid because of this or people are stupid because of that. We give us some legitimate conversation as to why you feel that way.
Right.
Gentlemen, you okay with that? I didn't even throw that by you, but I think this is a great opportunity to get some feedback from the public.
I don't have a problem revisiting, and it's a huge topic, and it's always a hot topic because there's always crazy shit like this going on. Like,
And it's not going away anytime soon.
no, it's not going away anytime soon, unfortunately. But
Deal.
what are we supposed to do about it?
Speaking of not going away anytime soon, that rash, I'm just messing with you.
You've had that forever.
Yeah,
I know. My ear really itches.
that's a weird place for your boyfriend to have sex with you.
Well, if you never had a dick in the ear, you just don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, pink ear.
Pink ear.
Oh,
That was weird.
that was a little strange.
Well, anyways, so do we want to switch topics since we?
Yeah, bring it on. What do you got?
I don't really have anything else.
All right, Chris, you had a subject.
I had a subject.
Oh yeah.
I didn't.
What would you rather do segments?
What would you rather do? I love this one.
What would you rather do, huh?
Would you rather ding dong?
I don't know.
Would you rather do a ding dong?
Would you rather do a ding dong? Oh,
Would you rather have taste buds on your butt, or would you rather smell through your ear?
So what?
That's a
Hold
good
on,
one.
hold on. So you couldn't eat through your butt. You
No,
would
no, no.
just be able to taste on your butt.
Think about it. You instantly fart and you taste that. I'm just saying.
So do you have taste buds on your tongues? Is everything else the
Everything
same?
else
It's
is
just
still normal.
okay.
Yeah, that's an extra.
Or smell through your ear.
or you smell through your ear.
I just smell through my ear.
Right,
It'd be the
because
same
that's
thing.
no. The one I just used was a terrible example. That, you're supposed to take it a little bit further than that. I would just. It was called going by the seat of my pants.
Oh,
'cause-
well then that was terrible.
Yes, thank you.
All right, I got one for you, Dana.
Oh boy, you're directing it right at me.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
go.
Tails hitting. me.
Dilla's all about that bass.
He is all about that bass.
If you hear the reference of Dilla, that would be the dog in the background. That
yes, this damn
has to
dog.
be part of this podcast. But
Yeah, we're babysitting a puppy.
she's amazing. Oh wait, it's a he.
Oh, it is a he.
I
But
know.
anyways, would you
She's
rather
all about that
end?
bass.
Would you rather end hunger
Okay.
or be a billionaire?
Well, if I'm a billionaire, can I end hunger?
Well, can you?
How many billions?
Right. You mean am I like a almost
Like a 1 billionaire?
right? Am I almost a trillionaire?
Well,
Or
these
am I
are these are other questions that I have not asked.
well, that's my question to you.
Well, we need to know the amount of billions.
Right. If I'm just talking a billion, or I'm ending hunger. Am I ending hunger forever and ever and ever, or am I ending hunger for the day?
Okay, well, let's say let's say that.
And what kind of food do they get?
Right. Are they talking mac and cheese or ramen
it-
noodles? Because I've just heard. Here's my problem: I
is
just
my
heard
money
that ramen noodles,
Oh.
and you know what? I love ramen noodles, but I heard that they give you cancer now, and it's like a proven fact by some college that they give you cancer. So
Don't they have MSG?
if
I'm sure they do. Yeah.
if I'm feeding the population to make them not hungry anymore, but they're gonna just come back and be pissed off at me because I gave them all cancer, I'm probably gonna be a billionaire because at least then I know that.
We eat it on a regular basis,
You could do
like
something
without even someone giving it to us. We go buy it. Think of how many sales are in ramen noodles.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding me?
We're also sponsored by Ramen Noodles
Ramen noodles
Ramen noodles, you can get so many for a quarter.
and cancer.
and cancer. MSG, the good way to get cancer.
Obviously, people are going to say, "Oh, well, I want to say,
Josh and
I
you.
want to do the hunger thing," and again, that sounds like the most humane thing. But my question is
I wouldn't.
how long is that going to last?
I wouldn't.
That's
I wouldn't do hunger. You want to know why? This is why. There's too many people on the planet. We need this. I know this is gonna be really bad. This is gonna be a terrible thing to say.
You're going to have people instantly hate
I
you.
know it's gonna be so
awesome.
bad. But anyways, the planet is overrun. We are an infestation on this planet. We are termites, and there's too many of us.
That's
and
why
they can't
aliens haven't
sustain
come
us.
yet, because they are waiting for us to wipe ourselves out.
If you take away world hunger forever, that is going to increase the amount of people who are on this planet significantly, because we're not going to have the deaths of the unfortunate. Unfortunately, I mean, that's a terrible thing to say, but if you save a few in this sense, and by a few I mean a few million, billion, blah, 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 people, you literally will end it for everybody.
Here's and this is going to be a super naive question, and you know what? Everybody out there laugh at me or call me names, but
We don't want stupid conversation.
if the world, we have so much world hunger out there,
Right.
and we have so many children. Because I've seen the commercials. I mean, I have to change the channel because those commercials fuck me up.
Which one makes you cry more, the kids or the puppies?
Oh.
Would you rather watch
really?
a
We're going
Hunger
that route.
Kids
But that's
show
that's
or
why-
listen to Sarah McLachlan sing about puppies?
So, what if? And this is gonna be. I'm gonna be an ass at this point. Instead of
We've already covered the ass thing. Just talking.
instead of just giving people food, why don't we give them condoms so that way there's not all these kids that are being repopulated?
Well,
Think about it. I mean, at
that
that
needs
point,
to be here too, because
a
there's
true
a
absolute-
shit ton of people having kids that they should not be having.
There's a huge report right now about all these kids on the streets that are homeless. But my thing is people keep populating kids, but yet there's this horrible world hunger thing. So give them ramen noodles and condoms, and then we can even everything out.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the exact solution, but it's a start.
So
So let them starve
let's end the
and
world hunger and
We're
give
not
free
letting them
vasectomies.
starve. We're giving them cancer. We're giving them condoms.
okay, now you're an asshole. Now you're an asshole.
And now you're an asshole.
Why don't we just put cancer in the condoms?
Hey, I eat ramen noodles more than anybody else. I eat ramen noodles for breakfast. So I clearly am the first person who's going to die of the ramen noodle cancer.
This dude doesn't like breakfast food.
I hate breakfast. I don't.
He doesn't like
no.
pancakes?
I love bacon
We
and I
made
love hash
breakfast pizza
browns
this morning.
But
Oh, that sounds
pancakes, waffles, eggs, all of that stuff is disgusting. Syrup. What the hell? Syrup is a toxin that I think that they just messed up somewhere along the way, and they're like, "What are we gonna do with this?"
No,
Well,
dude,
we'll
it's
add a
called
little
maple syrup. It came from a tree.
No, so did antifreeze, but you know what? You don't.
Antifreeze is not. It came from a tree.
Oh, but you know what? Antifreeze is in your Fireball. People,
I don't care if it's in my Fireball. Is it in my maple syrup from my tree?
I bet it is. I bet
doubt
there is something that is in that maple syrup that comes from antifreeze, or that has to do with antifreeze.
Well, they have to make antifreeze somehow, so I'm sure there is.
Boom.
You should give out the
Yeah,
phone
you
number.
want to
so
know
we
what's
can
in? I'm sure there's water and bleach too, dude.
Don't forget to call that phone number he gave out earlier.
Right.
And fact
For
check
intelligent-
402
Intelligent conversation.
672-4580.
That wasn't smart.
You're not going to be the first person that tells me that you hate my guts, so I'll be
That-
okay.
All right, guys. Okay, so if you could only say one word for the rest of your life, would you pick ja or baby?
Clearly, this is the subject that you're very
you say
good on
Aja?
because every one of your stuff is, what?
Aja.
Ja,
Just-
baby.
Both of those or just one?
Baby.
I'd say baby, dude, because it's the actual word. And then you can say it in questions or say it in like anger. You could be like baby or like baby. Ooh. Can I say ooh? That's not a word, is it? Can I make no? I can still grunt though, right?
You could do it. Yeah, it's just yeah.
Or you'd be like baby. Ooh baby.
So can I use any grunt and expression I want? I
love how we analyze this so hard.
Right. That was kind of one of the reasons why I wanted to do this because I was wondering. That was probably not the best thing to.
Yeah, let's make some noise. There,
Sorry,
man.
hey, everybody. That noise that you're hearing right now is ice for my drink because the phone is blowing up right now with people who hate me. So
yeah, because this isn't live, bro. We're just joking. We put it on Facebook, but we didn't because you could fact check that.
Fact check it. Check it.
Check that fact. Check. Can I just use fact as the word I want for the rest of my life?
All right, let's do like a kind of a weird one. It's not gonna be weird, but would you rather drowned or be burned alive?
Ooh, I'm gonna say drowned.
Oh my god, that'd be terrible.
I know.
So it'd be fire, dude. I don't know.
No, because you know what? Fire is like I know eventually you pass out, but you're still gonna be burning for a while. Whereas if you drowned, I don't know. That's a tough one.
I'd neither.
I feel like
I'm gonna live.
I like how we take this to a serious note.
I know. I just thought about it. I was like, what would I rather not? I was trying to think of a cool one because I don't know.
I feel like you'd maybe be less painful and quicker if you drown. Maybe I'm wrong.
But you're drowning. You're going to be thinking about that for like a few seconds.
Well, I would imagine that you'd be.
The pain.
You would hold your breath for 40 seconds.
Yeah, and then after
then you're inhaling water for the next 20. And then you pass out.
Right.
I would imagine it's the worst fucking minute of your life. Dilla agrees.
Yeah, Dilla does agree. And
fire would probably last much longer. All right, would you rather... All right, let's keep drowning in there. Or fall from a skyscraper.
It's just like a playoff
People
system.
say that you eventually have a heart attack, but I don't buy that. So how do you know you have
I
a heart
bet
attack?
you watch the whole way down.
Oh, I bet.
I bet you see this. I bet you're paying attention so close to that ground that you see it a centimeter before you.
Like when there's documented things where people were skydiving and their parachute doesn't open up and the dude bounces a couple times off the ground and survives.
I know, dude, that's just the craziest thing I've ever seen.
That was a cartoon. No, I'm just joking.
No,
I've heard that
like
too.
CGI, dude, wasn't real.
Dude, it was on Grey's Anatomy. It's true.
They just happened to land on a tambourine.
A tambourine.
A tambourine.
A tambourine. It was the loudest. Do you have a tambourine on your thing?
You wish.
You wish. Too funny.
Man. But yeah, so
yeah, that's a crazy video though. I actually just saw that come up on something where. Oh, never mind. Different situation. A grandma jumped out. It was with skydiving, but a grandma jumped out of a plane. She's like 86 years old.
I saw that.
Yeah, she was like out of her harness.
She started falling out of her harness. Dude.
That's the terrible. That would be so scary.
And she survived through that and was just like, yeah. Have you seen that, Chris? It's crazy. It's like, like this grandma. She was like 86, and that was one of her life dreams was to go skydiving. And when they jumped,
she was tandem, obviously.
Yes.
So
but as they're going,
was the person that was on her like front or back or whatever was he like freaking out?
Well,
yeah, I would imagine
because
so.
like he halfway down he realized that she had gone limp and was falling out of her harness and like was trying to get people to help and
he had to push her out of the plane.
He went limp because he had an 86-year-old on her.
No, she went.
She was good looking for 86. So have you guys for sure made a decision on if you were going to go to London to watch the game?
Oh, it's on. My wife has given me permission and everything.
Wow.
We've taken it from a few-day trip to a 10-day trip, and we're going to hit London for like 3 days, and then we're going to take the Euro tram or train or, I don't know, my brother's looking into it, and we're going to head over to Iceland holy shmikey. We're going to go over to Ireland for a few days because I am on the scene of Suns right now where they just landed in Ireland. So
oh, wow. You're only like 6 years behind.
Yeah, I know. Hey, at least I've seen the show. I'm sure Chris doesn't even know what the hell Suns is. So
Chris doesn't watch anything unless it has sports.
Right. Unless it was from the 80s or 90s, Chris doesn't think it's new.
He remembers the first... Okay, I was going to say Ninja Turtles. He remembers first Ninja Turtles. But I watched the new Ninja Turtles this weekend.
I watched the original this weekend, actually.
The original is 100 billion times better than the new Turtles movie. It was god awful, fucking terrible.
That's
Terrible.
so sad.
They should have never made this movie. It was fucking awful.
Why do you have to ruin a great?
What about
great
Megan
movie?
Fox though?
Awful.
What?
The whole movie was awful. They changed the whole concept of the movie.
Because like, isn't Megan Fox's dad like the creator of the
Yes.
Turtles? Or
Okay.
something?
So, quick
Terrible.
synopsis of this movie. Same April. She's a news reporter. Same Turtles and Splinter. There's a guy.
I don't
There
know
you go.
You know what? I
That's
don't know.
the-
I don't know if the Ninja Turtle
Talking about
terrible movie deserves that right there, but that's all right.
We're talking about movies though, so it makes sense.
All right.
So, April, Turtles are the same. April's dad was a scientist at this lab, and him and his partner created the mutation, and his partner actually worked for Shredder. So her dad figured out that he worked for Shredder and decided to burn the lab down and pretty much destroy all the work. So over time, the dude who works for Shredder has been trying to recreate the mutant or the mutation, right?
Okay.
Megan Fox saves the rat and the turtles from the fire. They were her pets when she was a little girl. Okay.
Is that how it is, like in a comic book, or
No,
No,
not even
close. So she saves them from this fire.
Were you
that her
even
dad started.
alive during the 90s and 80s? Seriously, Ninja Turtles should have been right up your alley. How has
What do you mean? I've seen the fucking movies, man. I'm just asking, like, you know, like comic books all the time are different. So sometimes they have different versions of comic books or something.
Yeah,
I
they
thought
have
maybe
different series and stuff.
I
don't
maybe
know.
one was just,
I don't
just
know
different.
if that series ever existed. It's a possibility. I don't know all the series, so it's a possibility. But the original, no.
Sure.
She was just whatever. Anyway, so
She was just a reporter.
she was a reporter.
Dude, did it have Casey Jones in it?
No.
Then get rid of the movie now.
Okay, so anyways, she saves the turtles from the fire. What she's known her whole life, and obviously her dad's dies because what's his face kills him. So her whole
Shredder?
life, his partner. So
No
her whole life,
spoiler alerts here if you haven't seen the movie.
yeah, he died and did. Yeah, spoiler. He died, but he did it in the name of science and her dad's partner. Yada yada yada. Well, the Foot is like taking over the city and like doing all this crazy shit. And she sees like this thing happen, and she sees one of the turtles. So she's like, "There's a vigilante. They're out there fucking taking over the city. They're fighting back. Blah 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 blah." So she like sees them on top of her. Yeah,
horrible.
the Foot is trying to lure the turtles into like capture, and obviously it doesn't work because they're bad motherfuckers in the movie. And April O'Neil, of course, is in this shit that's going down with the Foot because she's a reporter and she needs to see what's going on. So she gets in the fucking midst of it all, and she sees the turtles. She's like taking video of the turtles, and they go up on the rooftop, and she's like, "I can hear them up there. Like no one else fucking heard this. She's the only one that heard these four dudes talking on the roof." Get on the roof. She sees the turtles, hears their names, and then remembers that she had pets as a kid based on these names. So Leonardo's like Raphael.
She called them as pets. She had named them all of these names.
Yes, her dad and the other guy named him this stuff. So the guy named him Splinter, the guy named him Leonardo, the guy named him Garbage. It's fucking ridiculous.
Wow.
So anyways, at the end of the movie, what the point of this whole movie is Shredder's going to release this mutation on the entire city of New York, and then the partner.
Are Bebop and Rocksteady in it?
No. Then the partner who's whatever with Shredder is going to come up with a cure and then make a bunch of money from this cure and then run the city somehow. I don't know how that happens. Anyway, so it's on this tower. The mutation's in this tower, and it's supposed to spread all over the city. Well, this huge thing happens where they're like, "We can't let this tower fall because if the tower falls, the mutation will get out." Guess what fucking happens?
Tower falls.
Tower fucking falls.
I hear that the movie has a lot of like open-ended just.
That's
blank.
exactly where I'm getting. That's the point I'm saying right now. The tower falls down, and then nothing happens. They don't even say anything about the mutation. They're falling from a rooftop, and Raphael's like, "I just want to let you guys fucking know that I love you. You're my brothers, and if this doesn't end well, I just want to let you know that
So
we're
they're
a team, and I
trying
want
to
to jerk
set
you
it
guys
up.
off.
Trying to set up for a part 2 that's never going to happen.
Well, there wasn't anything. So they're pretty much falling from the Empire State, or it's in New York. So whatever's in New York, falling, a couple, 100 stories, maybe less. And then they land on the ground perfectly. They don't explain how they land on the ground. They just end up on the ground fine.
They bounced.
And then, Raphael's like bleeding his heart out, saying how much he loves everybody. And then Michelangelo's like, Raph, we made it. We're on the ground already. And Raphael opens his eyes and they're just standing there.
That sounds terrible.
Wow.
I wanted to kill myself.
So, talking about...
Ruin my childhood.
Ruining your childhood. Wow.
Ruin my fucking childhood.
Definitely.
I'm going to go and live this life again.
I'm starting over.
So, okay. Everybody, obviously, we know that I drink more than the normal person out there.
Why would you admit that on a recording?
Because, everybody knows it, so why not
It's
just
the first step.
It's my first step.
Admitting
So
it?
my tolerance is a little higher than most people. And I have found that
disagree
in the
with that.
last... Really?
I'm just joking.
Oh, I was going to say. So I found in the last 2 weeks that I've had 2 people who've wanted to... Like, when we drink, they drink. Not round for round. Not like they were... I'm trying to be...
Shot for shot?
Right, shot for shot. But my drinks, I do vodka. Not a hidden secret. But I do a pretty good pour for my drink. And these 2 people were just like, oh, I'll just keep up with you. And I'm like, I don't think that's a really good idea. And on top of my vodka drinks, I love some Rumplemints. Love it. Rumplemints, you owe us now too because...
Gross.
It's so disgusting, dude.
But
I don't understand how you drink that.
The last 4 shots I've had of Rumplemints were with Dana.
That's all I ever have.
Over the
Rumplemints.
past, however many years.
So,
I've never had a Rumplemints any other time without him being there.
but yet, neither of you turn it down when I give it to you.
Well, it's disrespectful to turn down a $5
That's right,
shot.
it is. So,
Better than Sambuca.
oh,
I'm gonna
Sambuca's
admit,
disgusting.
at least I admit it's fucking gross.
No, that's
But
kinda-
Sambuca is disgusting.
It's way better than fucking Rumplemints.
You are out of your mind.
No, black licorice is way better than drinking toothpaste. It's you drink Christmas in a shot, dude.
They
It
call
tastes
it black licorice because it's poop dick. Anyways, so
that's what
if you,
black
if you
licorice
take one of those
stands
shots right before you leave the bar or something like that, I can understand because then your breath smells all fresh. Or if you're gonna make out with somebody first or something.
so
for.
last
No,
night,
it just makes because then after I vomit, then my breath smells like puke.
a friend of ours was hanging out with me last night, and I again had my vodka, ordered a Rumplemints. He's like, "Well, I'll take what he's drinking." I was like, "Cool." So we both were drinking our vodka drinks. Tito's, by the way, if you haven't had Tito's, you're our new sponsor as well. Love it, dude. Tito's the shit. It's a vodka. Yeah. Anyways,
It's from Austin, isn't it?
it's San Antonio. Good, pretty close though. So drinking my Tito's, drinking my Rumplemints. I order another Rumplemint shot. My partner, buddy, he's like, "I'll take one of those as well." It's like, all right. So then we go over to our friend's house who was in town for the night. And this is how much my friends love me is they had a bottle of Rumplemints there just for me. Everybody else was drinking Fireball, which anybody drinks Fireball, I think is fucking disgusting. But again, the difference
Why?
between peppermint and cinnamon.
Cinnamon's not that bad.
I hate Fireball. I hate Fireball. I hate Fireball.
I don't hate
it.
Fireball. I like Fireball just as much as I like the peppermint, but just letting you know that Tito's handmade vodka is made in Austin, Texas, at Texas's first and oldest legal distillery. So fuck
Okay.
you,
Well,
close,
Boom.
but not
I'm
right.
wrong. But I'm in Texas, so we're in the same state.
I'm just fucking with you.
Where did you say it was from?
San Antonio.
Oh,
New York City. Get a rope.
City.
So we get over there, and the friend of mine that comes with me, and I'm not going to call it his name, Chris. It's not the Chris on the podcast. He wants to go around for a round with me, and I know he does not drink as much as I do. And I'm like, I don't think that's a very good idea, buddy. So every time I have a cocktail, he has a cocktail. Every time I take a shot, he takes a shot. By the end of the night, his eyes are floating backwards, and I'm like, I'm drinking water now. Like, he just kept on drinking. I'm like, well, I'm smart enough to realize that I have to drive home still, so I cut off about 45 minutes ago to been drinking the water the entire time, and you kept cocktailing it. On the way home, we had to stop 4 times as he's puking on the way home. I'm like, ugh.
That's hilarious.
Sorry about that.
Oh, you're fine. Was
So
that
this
Nicki
morning-
Minaj?
I don't know. It said stupid ass. So I thought I was going to play something different.
So yeah, he texted me this morning. He's like, man, I'm so sorry that I haven't been that drunk in a long time. Okay. My whole point of the story is how many times do you hear is I haven't been drunk in a long time? But it's always the same people over and over and over who's like, I just haven't been drunk in that long of a time. It's like,
Since he doesn't drink that much, maybe he hasn't been that drunk in a long time.
oh, come on now.
I mean, I'm that type. I'm that dude. I don't drink that much.
Is that the equivalent to a girl saying, "Oh, I never do this"?
I mean, I drink. I still can hold my own, even though when we go party or whatever,
But you're a big dude. You're gonna take some breaking down. Before.
Yeah, I drink a lot when I go out.
I mean,
and I also do. I mean, drinking, doing yada yada, and then
when we were
partying all night.
No, when we were in Orlando, we drank that place down.
Yeah, we drink a lot that night.
And we were driving by shuttle, so we didn't have to worry about anything. But
Orlando was
we crushed that town on a Friday night. No kids, no wife. Only shots, and it wasn't only shots, but it should have been.
Yeah, we were drinking mixies.
We were drinking mixies, and
I don't. Okay, so I
you're
tried.
drinking Sambuca and Fireball shot.
of course, Sambuca.
No, we were
together.
doing Rumplemints and.
Speaking of together, last time I was in Florida, I asked, "Can I have a vodka and diet and a shot of Rumplemints?" And they brought me out a vodka diet with Rumplemints poured inside of it. I was like,
that's the most. Vodka diets already are disgusting.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
At least do a rum.
Right.
rum is disgusting.
I'm not a huge rum fan either, but vodka and diet, like vodka can go with a lot of things, I think. But
Vodka.
What's wrong with vodka
At least
and
the
diet?
I think cola is different. I don't know. I'm not saying it's gross, but
Because
Well, no, it
if
goes-
I'm going to drink a high quality vodka, then I'll mix it with like a 7-Up or a Sprite. But if I'm going to drink some shitty vodka, who cares if you mix it with diet? Because you're not going to taste it anyways.
Well, and that's
Yeah.
not the whole point. It just makes the drink taste like shit. At least like a rum,
Right.
it has rum has that sweeter taste. It has the sugar. I know
kind of
that,
a vanilla
yeah.
caramel.
There's a little bit more of a sweetness to it. It adds to the cola. The vodka just makes it taste terrible.
You don't taste vodka.
Yes, you do. You don't taste it because all you drink is vodka diets.
You can definitely taste.
But you
vodka.
can definitely take when you take a drink of a vodka diet, you go, ugh. There was some diet soda with vodka in it.
I think they call it the odorless whiskey, like back in the Wild West. But you can definitely taste it.
I fucking hate both of you.
But anyways, I'm just saying for a cola, rum would be a better choice.
That's what Dana just said.
And if you're gonna drink vodka and you want something diet, put a little sugar-free Red Bull in it,
Oh,
Again,
then guess what?
I don't have a problem
and then your heart's gonna beat out your motherfucking chest.
for the rest of my life.
Motherfucking heart's gonna be that your motherfucking
Yeah,
chest.
don't do that because you
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
good with that now.
are you. Do you know what it was?
No, they said it was just stress.
Did you guys-
Aliens didn't
Aliens
touch your
didn't
heart
tell
from
me.
There's
your
no
butthole?
detection of aliens.
Speaking of aliens, we're gonna switch subjects a minute because in 1 hour 2 hours, Walking Dead season finale,
I don't get to watch it until tomorrow.
Not
mid-season
aliens?
finale.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with aliens.
Well, it's
man.
close enough.
No, it's completely different.
I wouldn't have played X-Files if I knew you were going to talk about that bullshit.
Right.
Wait,
It has
did
nothing
you just
to do with
refer
each
to
other.
Walking Dead as bullshit?
You heard it.
Oh, you're terrible.
Well,
You
compared
heard
to
it.
aliens,
You heard it. Yeah.
I know.
Well,
But you know that they're making what the hell did you just play? X-Files.
movie.
Yeah, they're making the X-Files movie coming out.
Did they already make an X-Files movie?
Yeah, it wasn't very good.
well,
I'm sorry, all you X-File fans out there. I know you love that shit, but it was dumb.
It was too late or early in my life for me to know anything about X-Files.
that's
Like I was young, I
You
didn't
guys
watch
are
it
like
though.
10 years younger than me. I forget.
I'm not 10 years younger than you.
You gotta be pretty close.
I don't know about that.
Just saying.
You're 43.
Wow, you are a fucking.
Well, that would be
dick
10
tonight.
years. That would be 10 years.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm 7 years older than you.
You're 40?
No, I'm only 38.
Oh.
My math skills are off. Damn vodka.
I was gonna say,
Damn,
why would
vodka.
you add 2 years?
Well, you start doubling years after 35.
So, boxing match in Omaha last night.
Yeah, Crawford fight.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the picture of Buffett from the True Ring, whatever? I don't know if that's even actually the website, but he had a Crawford shirt on and he was at the fight and he was like knuckling up with the camera, like threw up fisticuffs, and it was a pretty cool picture.
No.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Buffett seems like he's a pretty cool guy.
Well, if you have some fucking billions of dollars, you're probably pretty
But he
cool.
still lives in Dundee and has like a normal house. That's the part
Okay.
that's crazy.
Well,
I'm going to talk about that a little bit.
It's the only house he has here.
I'm going to talk about that
well,
a
yeah,
little
of course
bit
he's probably got
because
20 houses out there, but
Hold on.
he still lives in.
so everybody says that shit, right?
Right.
He bought that house in 1953.
Right.
Okay. For what was it? $35,000 or $65,000?
I don't even know about the price. I'm just talking about where he lives.
I'm not talking, but that's what I'm saying. Is everyone's like, he bought this mediocre house
Well, yeah,
in the middle of Dundee for 35 grand.
I'm not saying that he hasn't. I mean, again, he's a billionaire. He probably has souped this house up to be a freaking.
All right. Think about 1953. Think about $35,000. How much that
I don't
is
really
in
care about
1953.
that.
That's like a $400,000 house.
People who live in Omaha, you're thinking like Linden Estates, or hell, even move out to Gretna now, where these houses are becoming immaculate, and he has held true to the Dundee area. You gotta respect that.
Why would you want to
lives,
live way out
those
there?
houses are $800,000.
Well, now they are, and I bet you that's part of the reason why, though.
Right, he's not going to sell that house. That house is there's $1 million houses in that area.
Again, I'm just saying he's a billionaire living in Dundee.
Well, and also $1 million house in Omaha is like $1 million in Omaha is a huge house, and $1 million in like L.A. or somewhere like a bigger city. $1 million.
Oh, yeah, you get like 1,000 square feet.
Yeah, when we lived in Fort Lauderdale, our house that we lived in was like a $400,000 house, and it had 1 level and 3 bedrooms. So yeah, that's poop again.
Poop again.
All right, hold on. I just want to see how much you bought it for.
All right, well, that's fine. Take your time.
Drew and I were talking the other day. Or who talks anymore?
Yeah,
we were texting. We were texting the other day, and I was like, "Dude, I want to make another music video. I want to make a beat or something that's like kind of chill that we can like fucking make some shit to." So, would you like to hear a little preview, Dana?
Is it worth it?
I say so.
All right.
You can. Is it worth it? Who's being a dick?
Cycles theory. Ancient and just universal. And if you...
I'll just we can talk over it for a second here, but this might be a good way to end it because it's about an hour. I'm just saying. Give them something to look forward to, right? No, probably not.
No.
Yeah, this is a good way to end it. People are going to hear the beat, and then you can kind of give a little bit of a concept of what we're going to write about, maybe what we're thinking, and then close this shit out.
As we close this out and we're talking about stuff we're writing, I think I'm going to bring in a chapter from the How I Murdered My Wife book.
You should talk about that before you read it.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, she's talking about like making like an audio book.
Yeah, I was thinking we should do like an audio couple.
Oh, yeah,
we could do like a skit a week or every other podcast where we do like a chapter and like just. I think that's gonna fuck up some people because
I think you should read
the entire book on how I murdered my wife. People are not gonna appreciate that as much as I do.
I think it's pretty funny.
They might not, but
you know what? They're not gonna appreciate my thoughts on a lot of shit we talked about tonight. So again, telephone number 402-672-4580. I can take the criticism. You're not the first person that says I suck.
Yeah, come back and visit us again, right?
Please.
Okay, I do got to say this thing about Buffett real fast.
Okay, Buffett.
Okay, so the house is gigantic.
How big?
Just to start off.
How many square feet?
I didn't find it, but just from the pictures,
200.
It's a really big house, and he bought it for $31,500. Okay, which means it's worth at the time in 1958 when he bought it. Give me 1 second.
It was worth $2 million. No, nothing.
$305,000.
Oh, that's not a big house. I mean,
in 1958. Come on, man. It's huge.
That's how much it was in 1958.
No, he paid $31,500.
Right.
Inflation, that was $300,000 in 1958.
All right, well, that's a pretty decent house then.
It's big.
Yeah.
So now it's probably worth. All right, so you add the area.
That's a couple $1 million.
You add the area. You add Buffett to it. It's worth multiple millions of dollars. So it was a great investment in the sense of inflation. But the house was still worth a lot of fucking money when he bought it. His salary in 1957 when he started being a stockbroker was $12,000. You want to know what inflation on that is? $105,000.
That's crazy style.
Yeah. That's
so he's making good fucking money, man.
I know somebody who's selling a golf course right now, and man, if I could have some money, I could buy a golf course and a freaking pool, put them together, and we can make some cash.
Yeah,
we'll have to talk about that next time.
Next time.
All right,
thoughts,
let's end it out.
Food for thoughts.
All right.
Let's end it on your little skit.
Everybody, second podcast went good. Hope you enjoy it. we're gonna end you with a little bit of science.
Call us, blast us. We want the criticism.